Fear of burdening his children was the driving force behind Pink Floyd's $400 million catalog sale, according to David Gilmour. Since the band's inception in the 1960s, Pink Floyd has witnessed its rise to fame with each new album that they have released. In addition to being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the UK Music Hall of Fame, the band achieved success with albums such as The Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, and Animals, which collectively sold more than 250 million copies. Pink Floyd just sold their entire music catalog for an astounding $400 million, despite the fact that the band has not issued a new album in more than a decade. For the past 2 years, Pink Floyd has been working toward the goal of negotiating a contract for their extensive music archive. Despite the fact that Warner Music, Hipgnosis, and BMG expressed interest in the band was unable to reach a consensus on the conditions of the deal. It wasn't until Sony joined the conversation that things changed. A consensus has been reached, and the price for Pink Floyd is only the most recent piece of music that Sony has acquired. In the beginning of the year, the company invested close to $600 million in the acquisition of the rights to Michael Jackson's music. However, the purchase only included the recorded rights and did not include the songwriting rights, despite the fact that it added Pink Floyd to their lineup. Recently, David Gilmour gave an interview to the Washington Post in which he discussed the possibility of selling the band's masters and/or publishing opportunities. When he was asked if it was anything that was being considered for Pink Floyd, he did not mince words. "It is true. It is because I do not want to leave that entire heritage to my children that I have decided to go through with it," he explained. "And in addition to that, I have had enough of the burdens of looking after that F.I.N.G. legacy for the past nearly 40 years with the S, and the disputes that continue to take place. On top of that, I just want to be free of it." The turbulent history of the bandmates of Pink Floyd is discussed. In addition to the unprecedented transaction, Pink Floyd battled strained relationships over the course of their career due to the frequent disagreements that occurred between Gilmour and Roger Waters. During the time when Waters was leaving the band in 1985, Gilmour and he were engaged in a legal dispute for the ownership of the Pink Floyd name or trademark. In spite of the fact that he had disagreements with Waters, Gilmour rarely expressed his ideas to the general audience. There was a recent conversation between the musician and Mojo, but he refrained from divulging an excessive amount of information. This never-ending search for information about something that, in my opinion, is completely unimportant is a source of frustration for me. I was in the 10th decade of my life when Roger departed our pop group. Do you know what decade I was in? In my 30s. 78 years old now. To what extent does this matter? Gilmour made mention of the possibility that he would break his silence, despite the fact that he is aware that fans are eager to learn all the juicy details about what went on behind the scenes of Pink Floyd. On the other hand, the singer has claimed that one day there are things I will talk about, but this isn't that day. Today may cause fans to wait for a considerable amount of time.